Hi there, it's AnnMerle. I want to read to you a bit from my new book, but I have some notes. I have a few things I want to say to you so I don't ramble. I'm I'm the founder and creator of Fierce Over 50. I support hardworking women who want to evolve into the joy and resilience that we all deserve. I'm here in Hawaii, so you don't see my usual setting in my studio. And I want to just say a few words to you before I go out and hike um, as the sun comes up. So, first of all, we comfort ourselves telling ourselves that we're too busy. I cannot tell you how many women say, "Oh, AnnMerle, I'd love to do your program, but I'm too busy." We are smart, solution oriented women, but our solution recently has always been self care. And we think we found that solution, but in this commodified economy, I really want to suggest that the solution found us and that we've made a deal with the devil when we depend on self care to fix our broken bodies. In this book, I take apart the concept of self care and I offer you an alternative, which you'll learn about as you travel with me. But first, I want to set the scene for you and tell you a little bit about my own life. So, this is from the introduction to my book. It's which is, by the way, available on Amazon in ebook, paperback, and soon an audible book, I hope. We'll see. So I'm going to read to you a section. I hope you'll forgive me. Grab your tea or your coffee. I have mine. And let's do it. Where I was at 50. I had just gotten married for the second time, and my husband was so proud of me. He called me professor. This English professor had accomplished so much: published books, directed an undergraduate writing program, conducted research, trained graduate students, and directed dissertations. He thought I was Wonder Woman, that there was nothing I couldn't do. Do you remember that old commercial praising the woman who could bring home the bacon and fry it up in a pan? That commercial was aimed at me, trying to make me feel good about doing everything for everyone all the time. But that's not how I felt inside. My best secret my best kept secret was that I felt depleted, exhausted, barely hanging on. Ibuprofen was my best friend. I couldn't figure out why I felt this way, and most importantly, I didn't want anyone to know. So I did all the things. I attended Weight Watchers meetings, but I knew why I couldn't lose weight. Late at night, whole pints of butter pecan ice cream disappeared. I read the latest books on self care. I bought all the supplements that promised improved cognition. I invested in cosmetics that would restore elasticity to my skin. I went to the gym. I did aerobics. I lifted weights. But I worried that my right shoulder was one wrong move away from giving out. I desperately wanted to get rid of the pain, the fatigue, and the worry. I suffered from a chronic and very painful neurological condition that sent shocks streaming down the left side of my face. I had grown a hump right back here called the Dowager's hump. It was on my upper back from leaning forward over my computer. Tension headaches, nerve pain, my nonstop inner critic, brain fog, and a deeply fatigued body conspired to keep me from completing my day's tasks. Meanwhile, I went out with my girlfriends to have a glass of wine and compete for the I Am Busiest and My Life Sucks awards. In truth, I could not live this way anymore. And in truth, so many of us are in the same boat. It feels like the boat is sinking, even though we are bailing as fast as we can. We know how to solve problems and we know how to get things done. So we dive in, convinced that if we put our minds to it, we can figure out a solution. Our pain just becomes another item on our to-do list that we may or may not get around to addressing. It's not just our bodies that are suffering. We worry about what will become of us. Almost half our life is past, at least so we are told, and we begin to panic. Many of us still carry the grief and the scars of the pandemic, aging parents, what to do, the specter of retirement. Is it desirable? Will I survive financially? Questions plague us. Is there time left? What will become of us? How did this happen? In the documentary Feminists, what were they thinking? Jane Fonda recalls, as I have gotten older, I have come back to where I started as that feisty girl who would climb to the top of the oak tree and lead armies up the hill and knew she would stand up to anything and never told a lie. That part of a lot of girls goes way subterranean. It's not that it disappears. It doesn't get lost. She goes underground. And the goal of our lives is to bring her back up. For us, it's now or never. Let's draw those underground dreams back up. You know, we're not broken. Our bodies are not broken. And we don't need the self-care approach of repair. And it doesn't work anyway, as I'm sure you're figuring out. We've got to stop settling for surface level, symptom-oriented fixes. And we've got to begin to write our own journey. That's what I do in this book. I take you on a journey of self-healing so that you can leave this self-care orientation behind and bring that little one back up. And the book is on Amazon. I do hope you'll get it, but I'll be back with more stories from the book, more stories about myself and the women I work with, and I hope to see you there. Get in touch. If any of this, like, if you have questions or if this makes you think, or if you're starting to unravel something, do get in touch. Take care. Bye-bye.